Mr. Ugly Show starring Mr. Ugly and the Human.
Hello, folks, and welcome to the Mr. Ugly Show. I am your host, Mr. Ugly. Today, we're looking at another Transformers collaborative figure and the ToyHax upgrade label set for it. Won't you join us? This is Transformers collaborative with Top Gun, Maverick. He's a cool-looking robot that transforms into the F-14 Tomcat from the 80s classic movie Top Gun. We also have the ToyHax upgrade labels for this figure that will turn it into Roy Focker's VFX2 Skull Squadron fighter from the Macross anime or the Robotech cartoon, depending on when and where you were when you saw it. Okay, really quick in case you don't know, Top Gun was an airplane combat movie released in 1986 and has since become enshrined as an all-time American classic. It featured Tom Cruise as a cocky pilot in the Top Gun Naval Air Academy. No doubt due to his lack of respect for authority and tendency to do things his own way, his call sign was Maverick. A sequel film was scheduled for release in the summer of 2020, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it ended up coming out in 2022 instead. That one is called Top Gun Maverick. Macross was a Japanese anime series from 1982 about a war between humanity and an invading alien race called the Zentradi. The series was brought to U.S. television in 1985 under the name Robotech. Humans had reverse-engineered advanced technology from a derelict alien craft that had crashed on Earth a couple years before the invasion. One such technological marvel was the Variable Fighter, VF, aircraft, capable of transforming into 3 modes for various advantages in battle. One such squadron of VF fighters was Skull Squadron, led by pilot extraordinaire Roy Focker. Their symbol was a skull and crossbones, and they did some serious damage to the Zentradi forces. This ToyHax sticker set modifies the stock Maverick figure to make it look like Roy Focker's VFX2 number 001. As you can see, this sticker set is quite extensive. It has options to make this specifically into Roy's fighter or a generic Skull Squadron fighter. There are 2 sets of labels for the head to give it a black or light gray helmet. We chose the black ones. We also used the 001 specific labels to make this Roy's fighter. Interestingly, this figure was intended to be a tie-in not only to the 34th anniversary of the original Top Gun movie, but also to the original planned release date of the sequel movie, Top Gun Maverick. As it happened, this figure was re-released in Top Gun Maverick adorned packaging when the movie finally came out in 2022. Alright, so let's see that first transformation to Gerwalk or Guardian mode. Okay, so it should go without saying that this is not an official mode, according to the instructions from Hasbro. However, it is hard to deny that this fan-made mode works really well for something that's supposedly unintended. I'm thinking there were some Robotech fans on the design and engineering teams over at Hasbro. Yeah, it would appear so, wouldn't it? So the neat thing about this label set is how well the different transformation modes work with it. Some labels are clearly meant for one mode or the other, Batloid versus Jet. And the way that the figure transforms, pieces cover or obscure some of the labels that are for specific modes. Overall, the whole thing presents a very cohesive representation of a Macross mecha. Yeah, through no fault of Hasbro's, this figure's a little plain without the ToyHax labels. Oh, ha ha. And I'm the one with the bad puns? What? Oh, no. That's not what I meant. I meant there isn't a lot of paint apps or anything. Little plain, yeah. Other than the squadron emblem on the tail fins and the details around the cockpit, the stock figure is basically just a hunk of slightly translucent light gray plastic. They added the digital camouflage pattern probably to give it some visual appeal. ToyHax makes good use of all that empty gray plastic with this awesome sticker set. Okay, let's go to jet mode. Apologies for the shaky flight stand making the jet wobble all over, but you guys can still see what a stark difference the ToyHax labels make in this mode. The obvious and unavoidable issue here is that the UN Spacey labels on the guns are upside down now that the guns are fuel tanks. I really like that the stickers pick out details on the missile racks. They were kind of a pain to get on in the right spots, but I think all that effort was worth it for the end result. Yeah, I think it's also worth pointing out that the label set comes with duplicates of the wing decals, because those are a little tricky to get aligned just right. Again, there are options there to make the markings generic or specific to Skull Leader. So that's Maverick from the Transformers Collaborative, a Top Gun, and the ToyHax Upgrade label set. If you passed on this due to the obvious tie-in with the sequel movie, I can understand that. I mean, in recent years, it feels like Gen Xers' collective childhood experiences are getting mined for marketable ideas. From TV and movies set in the 80s, to the obvious and sometimes not terribly inspired attempts to resurrect long-dead IP with sequels and reboots that nobody asked for, to old toy lines getting a second life through crowdfunding campaigns. It's not hard to get your hackles up at the latest attempt to get into our wallets. However, in this case, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. The Maverick toy is a genuinely good Transformers toy. The jet mode is realistic and real swooshable. The robot mode is appealing and fun to mess with. It comes with a tiny motorcycle figurine to recreate that scene where Tom Cruise races a jet down the runway. There's also alternate hands with pegs to hold a robot-scale volleyball because, reasons.
Yeah, these accessories only come with the original release. If you get this figure in the sequel movie packaging, then the volleyball and alternate hands are not included. I also really dig this figure, but I like it even more with the ToyHax label upgrades applied. It turns a neat piece of 80s nostalgia into a pretty awesome piece of 80s nostalgia. Us old guys, we love that shit. So kudos to the team at ToyHax and all those cool humans at Hasbro. This old fabric American really appreciates everything you guys are doing to keep us young at heart, even if we all know you're still running a business. Well, folks, that's it for our look at Transformers Collaborative with Top Gun, Maverick, and the ToyHax Upgrade label set. By the way, there are alternate label sets to turn Maverick into the G.I. Joe Sky Striker and a different Macross VF Mecha, just in case we inspired you to get a set for your own toy. If you like this video, why don't you let us know by hitting that like button. If you're new here, then welcome, and think about subscribing. It's free. And if you're already subscribed, then thank you very much. And maybe think about ringing that bell to get notified when we post new content. We know you've got choices when you're wasting time on the internet, and we appreciate you wasting some of it with us. Until next time, mwah!